welcome to Fair and Wine Cellar. Today we're putting together a selection of 6 bottles of wine, carefully hand selected for my classic boat. Okay, so we're going to find 6 bottles out of our selection of probably a couple of thousand different bottles here. Most of the things we do here are all from small producers, family owned wineries, things that you won't find in the high street in the supermarkets. So let's go and have a look for the first wine. Is Hambledon Vineyard, the classic Cuvée Brut. It's one of our most local wineries, just down the road at Hambledon. We're very blessed with our sparkling wines in Hampshire. They're some of the best sparkling wines in the country. Hambledon started going again in about 2000. They've planted just champagne grape varieties, so Pinot Meunier, Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, and they're making some superb Hampshire sparkling wines there that give any champagne a run for its money. So we've got 2 white wines in the box. I've picked a Sauvignon Blanc and a Chardonnay. The first wine we're going to go for is the Sauvignon Blanc from a property called Chateau de Croze, which is just over here. They're, again, small family-owned business. They're really famous for their dessert wines, but they've also got some really good Bordeaux Sauvignon Blanc. They were actually one of the sort of proponents, the first proponents in the 1970s of aging the Sauvignon Blanc Bordeaux Sauvignon wines on the lees, which gives it a lot more complexity, kind of creaminess of texture. It's just a really nice Sauvignon Blanc, loads of kind of crisp, grassy, bit of gooseberry flavour, perfect with any sort of shellfish, mussels, something like that. So I said we've got a Sauvignon and a Chardonnay. The Chardonnay is from a big producer, Louis Latour, but they still remain family owned, and they're very proud of what they do. Really high quality wines. But why this is a little bit more interesting, and we're on the Louis Latour Grand Ardèche Chardonnay, is that it's not from where their main wine business is, which is Burgundy. It's from a region called the Ardèche, which is basically part of the Rhone Valley. As Burgundy prices climb sky high, they have sort of been looking outside the region for areas where they can make good quality wines, but at a fraction of the cost of Burgundy. Now, so what this is a barrel-aged Chardonnay. It's got some great flavours of sort of acacia, honey, blossom, peach, but it's got a nice bit of toasty oak to it as well. So it's quite a full, rich Chardonnay, but great value. So wine number 4 is the first of the 3 red wines, and it's from a small wine producer called Domaine Jones in the south of France. The domain is owned, and the winemaker is Katie Jones, an English lady who's been down in the south of France for probably about 30 years. Domaine Jones itself has been going for about, I think, probably about 7 or 8 years now, but she's making some fantastic wines, including this one here, the Domaine Jones Red, which is a blend of old vine Grenache and Carignan. It's a very warm, rich, spicy wine, loads of red fruit, hints of kind of like a peppery spice. Think kind of like a equivalent to sort of a baby Chateauneuf de Pape, something like that. So the 5th wine is the second of the red wines. It's a Bordeaux, and it's called Chateau Caroline, or Caroline if you like. It's from one of the regions of Bordeaux called Mouly, which is probably not the most well-known region, but there are some stunning wines there. This is a small, again, family-owned chateau owned by a lady called Caroline Chanfreau, whose I think grandfather named it after her. It's 60% Merlot, 40% Cabernet, but it's a very rich, kind of plummy style of wine, quite a lot of toasty spiciness on it. Perfect with any kind of like Sunday roast or the cheese board. It's just a really nice, good value Bordeaux. Okay, so we're on to the last of the red wines, and the last of all the wines, wine number 6. And for this I picked something a little different. We're going to South Africa, to Alto Estate, a very historic wine estate, and they're probably, I would say, they really are sort of red wine specialists here. What we've got here is 100% Shiraz. It's aged for 18 months in a combination of French and American oak, but it's got that really kind of spicy, quite smoky, but lots of dark fruit going on. It's a perfect wine with things like kind of any Mediterranean food, tagines, and it's also a perfect barbecue wine as well. so there we have it, the My Classic boat selection of 6 wines, all from sort of small producers or producers with a story to tell. Available now if you follow the links to the Fair and Wine Cellar website or from the My Classic Boat website. It's available to purchase now, and it's available for delivery nationwide.